Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. This is your science lecture of grade 5th, and I am your science teacher Aparna Pandey from Arjun Progressive School, Lamachur. So student, as you all know that in science we have started our third chapter and its name is skeletal system, and here in this chapter we have discussed that what do you mean by skeleton, as well as I told you that skeletal system consists of 4 main parts, and then we have discussed about these parts, and I told you that skeletal system has mainly skeleton system is divided into the 4 parts, and these are skull, rib cage, backbone and limbs. Okay, this I have told you in previous video, and there we have also discussed about the skull and rib cage. So student, in today's video we are going to discuss about backbone and limbs. Okay, in today's video we are going to discuss about what is backbone and what are the limbs. So, as you know students that backbone is one long bone that is on our back side, and it is connected to our skull. It is connected to our skull. Okay, what I told you that backbone is a long bone that is connected to our skull area, and it consists of 33 small bones. It consists of 33 small bones, and these small bones are called vertebrae. These small bones are called vertebrae. And when these small bones are arranged one over the other. Okay, it is not like that 33 bones are arranged in a little difference. No, they are just connected with each other, 33 bones, and we call these 33 bones as vertebrae. And when these 33 bones comes together, they form a column that is called vertebral column. That is called vertebral column. See student, like this we have one bone, then another, then like this. In this way we have 33 bones arranged. In this way we have 33 bones arranged, and this is called the backbone. These 33 bones are called the vertebrae, and the column which is formed by the vertebrae is called vertebral column. The column formed by the vertebrae is called vertebral column. And what is the role of this vertebrae or vertebral column, which is also called backbone, in our body? That it supports our body. With the help of this backbone only we are able to stand, we are able to sit, we are able to move. It helps us in many ways, right? It supports the body structure. This is the role of the vertebrae in the skeleton, and what actually its function, because I told you that skeleton forms a structure of bones which also protects some internal organs. So when we talk about the vertebral role of vertebral column or function of vertebral column, that how it helps in protecting the internal organ. So student, inside the vertebral column there is a spine is there, that is also called the spinal cord. A spine is there, so this vertebral column protects that spine with the help of the cover of these bones. Okay, so I hope it is clear to everyone what is backbone. Backbone is the arrangement of the 33 bones called vertebrae, which form a type of a column called vertebral column. It looks like this. It forms a column called vertebral column. This vertebral column supports our body in many ways, in standing, in sitting. Okay, and One more thing is there, that this backbone protects the delicate spine or spinal cord. This I told you. Another important thing is that we can say that yes, this backbone, this vertebrae is flexible. This vertebrae or this vertebral column is flexible. Now why I am saying that it is flexible? Because of the help of this vertebral column or backbone, we are able to stand, we are able to bend forward, we are able to bend backward, we are able to bend left, and we are able to bend right. So how these all things are possible? These all things are possible due to the vertebral column flexibility. Means our vertebral column is flexible. It is not rigid. Okay. Another important thing is, right, yes, I told you that our body can move in different directions. So the important things related to backbone we have discussed, and you have to remember that backbone connects to the skull. It is attached with the skull and then it moves down. Okay. So here you can see I have written backbone is attached to the skull. It consists of 33 series of small bones called vertebrae. And now you all know what is vertebral column. The arrangement of 33 small bones form a type of a column called vertebral column. Okay. For better understanding, you can see here this picture. Are you able to see this? This is the vertebral column or the backbone. Okay. And as I told you that our vertebral column is not rigid. So you can see that such type of movements we can make by our body. And how it is possible? It is possible because the backbone or the vertebral column of our body is flexible. Okay, it is flexible. Now it's time to discuss about the fourth part of the skeletal system, that is limb. That is limbs. Actually, limbs here, let me clear you that limbs are two types, and we can say two pairs of limbs. And this is not new for you because in previous chapter I have already told you that we have two pairs of limbs. And what are they? They are forelimb and hind limb. What are they? They are forelimb and hind limb. These are also the parts of skeleton. Okay. Forelimbs include the hand bones, or we can say arms, and the hind limb include the leg bones. Okay. Forelimbs includes the arms and the hind limb include the leg bone. Now you all know about the forelimb and hind limb. Now here I am going to tell you one more thing, that how these four limbs and hind limbs are actually connected to our body. See beta, forelimbs as well as hind limbs, they both are connected to our spine. Hind limbs as well as forelimbs both are connected to our spine. And where is spine? It is back side. So how it is connected? So it is connected with the spine with the help of girdles. It is connected with the spine with the help of the girdles. And what are these? See, we have two types of girdles. What are these? Shoulder girdle and pelvic girdle. We have two types of girdle. What are these? Shoulder girdle and pelvic girdle. Now what is the role of the shoulder girdle? That shoulder girdle connects our forelimbs. These are the forelimbs. So shoulder girdle connects our forelimbs to the spine. Shoulder girdles connect our forelimbs to the spine. And then what do you think? What is the role of pelvic girdle? Pelvic girdle connects the legs to our spine. Pelvic girdle connects legs to our spine. Now, one more thing is that pelvic girdle is also known as hip girdle. Pelvic girdle is also known as hip girdle. Okay. So, about the limbs, what we come to know that there are two pairs of limbs. Okay, we know this. There are two pairs of limbs, and what are these? Forelimb and hind limb. Forelimb are also two and hind limbs are also two in number. Forelimbs and hind limbs are also connected to the spine. And how they are connected to the spine? So forelimb is connected to the spine with the help of the shoulder girdle, and hind limb is connected to the spine with the help of the pelvic girdle or hip girdle. Now, when we talk about the pelvic girdle or hip girdle, so we have a bone in our below side of the pelvic girdle, that is the longest bone of the body, and we call it as thigh bone. We call it as thigh bone, and this thigh bone name is femur. Thigh bone name is femur. Femur is the longest bone of the body. It is the thigh bone, and it takes the weight of whole body. It balances our body. So the femur is a thigh bone, the longest bone of human body, and it helps in maintaining the weight of our whole body. Right? Now students, I am going to show you some picture here. You can see these are the bones of the arm. Okay, these are the bones of the arm. This you can see these are the bones of the legs. These are the bones of the legs. Then you can see, as I told you, shoulder girdle. So this is your shoulder girdle. This is your shoulder girdle, and this one is your pelvic girdle or hip girdle. Okay, this one is your pelvic girdle or hip girdle. Now see, what I told you that limbs has to connect to spine, but limbs cannot connect directly to the spine, so there are girdles for connecting limbs to spine. Okay, this is also, I hope it is clear to everyone. Now, better now you can open page number 26 of your science book. Here given some functions of the skeleton. Page number 26 of your science book. Those who have, very nice. Those who don't have, no need to worry. Just I am reading as well as explaining the things. So, see, functions of the skeleton. What are the functions of a skeleton? A skeleton has the following functions. I hope whatever is given here, you all know that. So, let's check whether we know these things or we have skipped something. First one, it gives form and shape to the body, right? So this I have explained you that skeleton of the body gives the shape to the body. It gives strength and support to the body. This also we have discussed that skeleton gives strength and support to the body. Then skeleton gives protection to the delicate organs of the body. But I am saying that skeleton protects the delicate organs of the body. So this also we have discussed. Let's see what are these. The skull protects the brain, right? You all know skull protects the brain. The backbone protects the spinal cord. The backbone protects the spinal cord. The rib cage protects the heart and lung. This I have told you in previous video. The rib cage protects the heart and lung. The hip bone protects organs like hip bone. Which is hip bone? The pelvic bone. It protects the organs like kidney and urinary bladder. It protects the organ like kidney and the urinary bladder. Then the eyeballs are protected by the bone eye sockets. The eyeball protected by the bone eye sockets. So these we have discussed. Okay. Now, the muscles attached to the skeleton make the movement possible. Now how it is these are the bones. Skeleton is made up of bone. Then how the movement of bones is possible? So students, the movement of bones is possible due to the presence of the muscles. Due to the presence of the muscles. Now, the long bone of the skeleton are filled with a soft material called bone marrow. What it is saying? The long bones of the skeleton are filled with a soft material called bone marrow. तो जो हमारी लॉन्ग बोन्स होती हैं स्केलेटन में, वो सारे बोन्स को किससे फिल किया जाता है? एक मटेरियल से फिल किया जाता है, एंड इट्स नेम इज बोन मैरो. इट इज फिल्ड इनसाइड द कैविटीज इन द लॉन्ग बोन्स ऑफ आर्म्स एंड लेग्स. As arms and legs bones are long, so the cavity inside the bone, as bones are empty and they are long, so the cavity inside the bones are filled by the material called bone marrow. Okay, calcium and phosphorus are stored in the bones. Calcium and phosphorus are stored in the bones. They make bones firm and strong. They make bones firm and strong. Both white blood cells and red blood cells are formed in the bone marrow. Okay, both white blood cells and red blood cells. I hope you all have heard RBCs. What is this RBC? RBC are the red blood cells. Similarly, I hope that you all have heard WBC. What is this WBC? White blood cells. So, the red blood cells and the white blood cells are formed in the bone marrow. And what is bone marrow? Bone marrow is the soft material that is filled inside the bones. The white blood cells protect us from disease. The white blood cells protect us from disease. Okay. Now, bones are the storehouse of minerals like calcium and phosphorus. What are bones? Bones, we can say that bones are the storehouse of calcium and phosphorus. Why? Because in bone there is calcium as well as phosphorus. So we can say that bones are the storehouse of the minerals like calcium and phosphorus. Okay. So students, see now in today's class what we have discussed. I told you in prior video that skeletal system consists of mainly 4 parts. What are these? These are skull, rib cage, backbone and limbs. In our previous video, we have discussed about the skull as well as rib cage. And in today's video, here we have discussed about the backbone as well as limbs. You know that backbone is a long bone made up of 33 small bones which are attached to the skull, and these small bones are arranged in a form of a column that is called vertebral column. They are connected to each other. Okay. And they are so flexible that with the help of these bones only we are able to make movement. With the help of these bones only we are able to make movement like forward, backward, left, right. All these movements are possible due to the flexibility of our backbone. And this backbone or a vertebral column protects the spinal cord or a soft organ called spine. Then we come to know about the limbs, that in human body there are 2 pairs of limbs and their name is forelimb and hind limb. Forelimbs are also 2 in number and hind limbs are also 2 in number. Then we come to know that these forelimbs and hind limbs both have to connect to our spine, but they cannot be connected directly to the spine. So for connecting the forelimbs to spine, we have a special type of a girdles called shoulder girdle, and for connecting the hind limbs to the spine, we have the special type of the girdles called pelvic girdle or hip girdle. Okay, then we come to know that we have one long bone in the human body that is called the femur or a thigh bone, which takes the weight of the whole body. Then after this we have discussed about the functions of the skeleton, that what are the important things the skeleton do for us. So here beta, in today's video, here we have completed almost the half part of this chapter. Now the other things like movements and the joints, that we will discuss in the next video so that you are able to understand chapter in parts. I hope whatever is explained today is clear to you. I hope you all will like this video. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.